Well, someone sure wanted to keep out trespassers.
Going down.
Paladin dance.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger that.
Brotherhood, huh? Like to see what you're capable of without all that power armor.
Trust me, freak. You wouldn't.
Hey.
Go ahead. We should take a moment to remember all the soldiers who died fighting for what they believed in.
Hey.
What do you want?
Paladin dance.
Yes?
How do you feel about our relationship?
I don't see how this is a relevant question right now.
How do you feel about us?
I think we have the potential to be quite an effective team, if you learn to cooperate.
Nothing else I needed.
Very well.
Hey.
You point, I shoot. What's up?
I think it's time we split the team.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is a foolish decision. But it's yours to make. Come back alive, soldier.
Going up. Ground floor.
Sounds like those raiders at Libertalia were quite a handful.
You are authorized to access my stock of supplies.
I'll take a look, sure.
Nice work bringing that rogue
I delivered
synth
the
back.
seeds.
But good. I trust everything went smoothly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Splendid, splendid. Here you are, then. Something to aid in your future missions, courtesy of the Bioscience Division. That will be all. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Rosalind is as smart as she is beautiful. I just wish I could get her to notice me.
Hey there.
Liam's been trying to teach me robotics. It's more complicated than I thought. You're gonna have to work pretty hard to impress anyone down here.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Clayton.
I'm glad you're here. I'd like to conduct an experiment, but I need some assistance with it. I believe we can improve the growth rates of our crops by using mutated cells, such as those found in super mutants. To test this theory, I'll need a tissue sample from a particularly strong supermutant. I expect I'll eventually need several such samples, but let's just start with one.
I've got one right here.
I'll take that from you. Yes, this will do nicely. I hope those supermutants didn't give you too much trouble.
What? No reward for my efforts?
I suppose that's a fair request. I was going to take these over to the SRB, but here, you take them. You face at least as much danger as any of our coursers. It might be necessary to gather more samples, so check back with me later if you can. Again, thanks for your help. I couldn't do this without you.
Dr. Holdren.
Good to see you again. Did you need something?
Tell me more about those synth gorillas.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Their behavior does generally match what our historical data says it should be. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. The creatures can become suddenly aggressive, and they're quite strong. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in an isolated habitat where they can be safely observed.
You're gonna have to work pretty hard to impress anyone down here.
Greetings, sir. Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed. All systems nominal.
Remember to conserve power at every opportunity.
My old man taught me that duct tape could fix anything. I don't think he was talking about pulling it. Point, now shoot. Pretty simple arrangement.
The world's always gonna have tyrants. If I get my way...
There you are. Almost thought you forgot about me.
Time to hit the road.
About time. I was getting bored. The monument here is a joke compared to the one in downtown Washington, D.C.
Look alive.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, sure. Oh, we've got to see what's inside this place.
Look alive.
Need something? I've been waiting for you.
Watch your tone, Synth.
Next time, move faster. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear? The mission's parameters just changed. We go in shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Only opens with a key. Hey.
Sworn
what you got.
Hey, X4.
We must proceed with the mission.
I've been looking
Here
for
they
you.
are. No, I've got money. It's yours if you let me go.
I'm putting you down.
No!
All right,
Sins
Sin.
are to be returned to the Institute, not terminated. Further hostilities will necessitate a response. You have been warned.
You're not leaving here in one piece.
No!
Hey,
Further
Sin.
violence against Sins will not be permitted. We must proceed with the mission.
Kill for me.
Hey,
Thank you for sparing us. Thank you for sparing.
Good, fine.
Employing melee tactics. Primary sensor.
Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
Some air fresheners, a new coat of paint, and it'll all be good as new.
If only it were that simple. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Your unconditional love is overwhelming. I think I need a moment.
I can accept that you're offended. You must understand, though. I have had no love to feel. We have been strangers until now, you and I. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Well, here I am. Was it worth it?
I believe so. Soon, I hope. I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
It's my fault. I wasn't able to complete the mission.
I gave you this opportunity to prove yourself. Particularly to prove to the Directorate that you deserve a place here. That will now be significantly harder. There will be accusations that you deliberately sabotaged the mission. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further. It's important. We're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Look, Director.
Sir.
I'm gonna make the same recommendation I did last time. We did everything we could. 4 years dedicated to preserving this Commonwealth provisional government. You've seen the same reports I have. It's falling apart and fast. We need a plan for what happens when that fall is complete. I know some of the other divisions have suggested we just cut off all contact. Hide underground and pretend nobody's home. That would, in my opinion, be a mistake. We can't just give up on these people, and with the Android program, we don't have to. We'll soon have the capabilities to deploy androids to the surface in great enough numbers to maintain order. Just think about it, all right? Keep it in mind moving forward.
Excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure, with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, given all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
What's Phase 3?
It's very important to us. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
Right. Such hard times down here.
I would never disagree that life in the Institute is better than above ground. We have done much to ensure it. Now, we take things even further. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Nuclear power? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not in our hands. I assure you this is the answer. This is the future. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir?
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No!
You can't be serious!
Everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
There must be something we can do to help you.
The only thing that matters now is continuing the Institute's work. It will be all right. I assure you, we can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
Unit B592 is undergoing the reclamation process as we speak. Before long, he'll be back in the workforce.
Safety first. Remember that.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
Sean, I don't want to run this place.
Are you so sure? You seem to have a natural talent for leading by example, getting things done. This will suit you. And I think we can both agree the Institute will need the guidance. There's no question that some of the Directorate, and the Institute at large, will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. But for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills.
From what I hear, that rogue scent at Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Impressive work at Warwick Homestead, sir.
Justin.
We've got a problem here, and to be honest, Father's never taken it as seriously as he should. I'm hoping you will.
What's the problem?
We often send synth scavenger teams to the surface. Occasionally, one of the synths will try to escape. The rate of escapes has been increasing lately, and I don't think it's just random chance.
Ah, we're really underneath Salem. Now it all makes sense. What with the witch hunt and all.
Of course. I did some digging and discovered that the culprit is right here, in the Institute. Someone in robotics has been changing my work crew assignments, replacing synths I approve for surface duty with high flight risks. I'm convinced that someone is Alan Benet. He thinks that synths are people. He even lives with one. It's disturbing.
There's gotta be some way to prove it was him.
I agree. Unfortunately, even if I had proof of Benet's involvement, I don't have the authority to do anything about it. But you, your father's hand-picked successor. If you make the accusation, nobody would have the nerve to question it. Anyway, like I said, the roster assignments were definitely altered from the terminals in robotics. I leave the rest to you.
Greetings, sir. Welcome to the commissary. Would you care for food?
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
Sounds like those raiders at Bethesda are quite a handful.
Have you seen J522 around? He didn't show up for duty today, and I can't seem to find him.
Did you check robotics? He was probably scheduled for routine maintenance. I wouldn't worry about it.
I thought so too, but he wasn't in the log, and everyone I've asked hasn't seen him. He's never just missed his shift like that.
What are you saying?
I'm worried something might have happened to him. No one knows where he is. It's like he just disappeared. It doesn't feel right.
Shh. Keep your voice down. You know what happens if they hear you talking like this? They'll wipe you. I suggest you keep this to yourself.
But what if something's wrong? Look around. Courser patrols have doubled. Synths are being wiped more frequently. Something is going on.
I don't want to hear anymore. Do whatever you want. Just leave me out of it.
Dr. Carlin has already been singing your praises.
If you require maintenance, please file a report with the facility.
We're moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping can only mean one thing. You just...
About artificial sentience and machines with souls. Don't bother. I've heard enough of them. Can't write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul?
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
It is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, you know where to find the teleporter.
Now just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. Do well to remember that.
Welcome to the Institute.
Hello.
Please step right this
I'm
way.
new here.
The nerve. Our synths are truly remarkable. Every day they manage to surprise me. Now, what can I do for you?
Justin Ao thinks you're helping synths escape. I need to know the truth.
I see. The man does not lack for tenacity. He is, however, completely wrong about me. Ao and his coarser goons have already scoured my laboratory for evidence. Feel free to do the same if you think you must. If there's something specific you want to ask me, then get on with it.
How many synths have escaped?
I'm not sure of the exact number, but I can tell you the rate of escapes has accelerated greatly in recent months.
Does anyone else have access to your terminals?
Unlikely. I don't let anyone else lay a finger on my terminals without my close supervision. I'll make an exception in your case, however. If Father trusts you, then I have no reason not to.
Why would Ao think you were helping synths?
He probably thinks my admiration for the synths might have caused me to have some delusion about setting them free. The notion is preposterous. The last thing I'd want to do is banish a synth to the surface. It's a living hell up there. That's not freedom. It's a death sentence. I would never be so cruel.
We're done.
Very well.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare polarizer on you, would you?
Dr. Watson can be a little obsessive when it comes to rules and policies.
Our synths are truly remarkable. Every day they matter.
Excuse me.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of...
Your presence here is a great gift, not just to Father, but to all of us. Yes?
Hey, you're that new guy. The one from the vault. What are you doing here?
Know anything about a remote computer access?
No. I don't know anything about that. Why would you ask it? Oh, I know what this is about. Listen, I know what Justin Ao believes, but he's wrong. My dad's not helping synths get away. I guess he could get into real trouble if they decide he's guilty anyway.
Do you know anything that might help me prove his innocence?
I don't know anything that would help. I wish I did. I wish everyone would just leave my dad alone. I mean, why is it such a big deal if a few synths escape? We have more than enough here.
Is there anyone else who might want to help the synths?
I don't know. You figure it out. Just leave my dad out of it, okay? I'm trying to learn chess. But the computer always beats me.
Huh?
Hey.
As the Institute's first personal synth, I try to set a good example.
If all personal synths are as good looking as you, I should get one for myself.
Why, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I don't know that I can be of much help with that, but the compliment has certainly made my day. It was a real pleasure to meet you. I'm sure you're still taking everything in. So I'll let you get back to that.
Eve.
Huh? Yes?
The Courser's giving me the creeps, you know? They seem, I don't know, cold.
Just as you gave life to Father, he gave life to many of us.
Nothing to report, sir.
So much research, so little time.
Can't afford to let your guard down, no matter how quiet things
You smell like you've been above ground.
seem. Ready for the next mission, sir?
Have you got all the gear you need?
Locked and loaded, sir.
Let's move out.
I can't imagine living on the surface. Sounds like
Ready for the next mission, sir?
Let's move out.
Right behind you, sir.
Always be vigilant. We have many enemies.
Capacity.
Hey.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
It's time for you to head home.
I'll be ready when you need me again. X688, ready to relay back alone.
Don't come any closer. I'm sorry that you had to find me here.
Put that gun away, now.
I want to, but I can't. You know too much. If I let you go, they'll find out everything, and they'll take him away.
Sounds like you're protecting someone.
I know Liam isn't really my son, but I've come to love him as if he were. He's so smart and so kind-hearted. All he wants is for Synths to have a better life, to be free. I'm sorry. You seem like a good person, but I can't let you tell Justin that Liam is helping the Synths.
I promise not to tell Justin. I'll keep your secret.
I believe you. I can see that you understand a parent's desire to protect a child. I'm sorry I had to threaten you. I guess I just felt cornered and panicked a little bit. I'm glad you're someone we can trust. I wish you could have known your father as we have.
I'm trying to learn chess, but the computer always beats me.
You're the one helping Synths escape? Why?
So you figured it out. Nice work. Nobody else down here could. I'm not surprised it took someone from outside. At first, I just wanted to see if I could get away with it. It was a challenge, you know? But then I realized the synths are really just like us, except without any freedom. I decided to help the ones that wanted to escape, so they can have a better life.
A better life? It's a living hell up there.
I'm not forcing them to leave. I'm just, you know, giving them an opportunity. If they take it, they have to face the same risks as everyone else on the surface. But at least they'll be free. Look, now that you know, you have a choice to make. You could tell Justin. But I have a proposal for you. I want to frame Justin Ao. Look, ever since Dr. Zimmer left, he's been out of control. He and his coursers have been pushing people around and threatening them to get what he wants. When he came after my dad, that was the last straw.
Maybe if you offered me the right incentive.
I don't have anything to give you. Honest. I wish I did. But think of all the synths that you'll be helping. You'd do it for them, right?
Would that really solve anything? Who would take Justin's place if he were gone?
Alana Secord. She's honest, fair, and good at what she does. She'll make a great acting director for the SRB.
If he's as bad as you say, then he needs to go.
I know just what to do. Go to Justin's quarters and disable the security safeguards on his private terminal. I'll remotely plant evidence on it that'll make it look like he's the one helping the synths. Then it's bye-bye Justin Ao.
So desperate.
I disabled the safeguards.
Way ahead of you. I've already accessed the terminal and planted the evidence. Pretty good, huh?
Whatever you say.
Well, maybe every kid was a computer genius back in your time, but it's pretty rare now. I guess there's only one thing left to do. I'll tell my dad about how I think Justin Ao has been secretly freeing the synths. I've got a motive for him, too. The way I see it, it's a play to make sure everyone depends on the SRB. Thanks again for your help. A lot of people will be happier with Justin Ao out of the way. Especially my dad.
Yeah.
Thinking how wonderful it'd be to get out of this eternal fighting.
Someday, super mutants kill everything.
So, you ready to get this show on the road?
Let's do it.
Done.
Strong getting hungry. Want someone to eat.
So a ghoul walks into a bar.
Bartender says, we don't serve ghouls here. Ghoul says, that's fine. Is the human fresh?
The world is bigger than strong.
Crop's been growing pretty good lately.
Most people are good at breaking things. I enjoy putting them back together.
You know what?